dugsiga boardingka iyo maalinlaha ah ee Amano Boarding and Day School.
Grade 5 students, welcome to yet another week where we have our English online lesson. This is your teacher Moses. I hope you're doing well and taking good care of yourselves. And we really miss you so much here at Amano. For those who are watching on YouTube, welcome to this lesson, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, Amano Boarding and Day School. Thank you. Welcome to the lesson. Today we're going to learn about WH questions. WH questions. Questions that begin with W and H. Very simple. Now, look at that picture. Wait, say what? I want you to note the WH. Annoying people asking the same exact questions every week. Why? Now, before we go through our lesson, I would like you to watch this video. It's a song about WH questions, about 6 of them. So I would like you to watch. It's very short, about 2 minutes. So please take your time and watch this.
When you read, when you write, there are 6 questions to keep in mind. When you read, when you write, there are 6 questions to keep in mind. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. These are 6 questions to keep in mind. Who is the story about? What happened and what went down? When is the time or date? Where does the story take place? How did things happen and work out? Why did it all come about? When you read, when you write, there are 6 questions to keep in mind. When you read, when you write, there are 6 questions to keep in mind. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. Who, what, when, where, how, and why. These are 6 questions to keep in mind. Who is the story about? What happened and what went down? When is the time or date? Where does the story take place?
Good. Sorry. Let us just. You will watch it on our website when you we will be going through this lesson tonight, tomorrow. So I want us to just begin what we should know. By the end of this lesson, all learners should be able to identify and correctly use the WH questions. The WH questions. So that is our lesson objective. You should be able to identify the WH questions. Now, we always do a recap before beginning a lesson. We always do a recap. So for us to learn this, we need to remember something very simple. What is a question? What is a question? We need to learn what is a question, and we need to learn the question mark. We need to learn a question, what is a question, and the question mark. Now, a question is any statement that requires an answer. A question is any statement that requires an answer. For example, where are you? What are you doing? What is your name? When were you born? Where were you born? What are you doing? So those are questions. They require the person you are asking to respond with an answer. Now, all questions must be punctuated with a question mark. So, for example, what are you doing? So, for this sentence to be correct, there must be a question mark. That shows that this is what shows that the statement is a question and it requires an answer. Very good. Back to our lesson. So, that is what you should be able to know. The WH questions, identify and use them correctly. Now, definition. The WH questions are so called because, with the exception of the question how. Now, there is an exception. Not all of them begin with WH. We have the how, which does not begin with WH, but it still has a H. All the others begin with WH. So you need to know that. Even HOW, even how is referred to as WH questions. They are also called open questions. The WH questions are also called open questions. What does that mean? Open questions means that the question you are asking has limitless answers, meaning you can have so many answers to answer it, and you cannot just answer that question with just a yes or a no. You cannot answer with a simple yes or no. You need to explain further, because the responses is limitless. This means they must be answered with more information than just a yes or a no. Good. Now, examples. Here are the examples of WH English question words: the whom and who, what, when, where, why, how, which, and whose, and whose. So those are the WH questions. And now we're going to learn about how each one of them is used. Now, who and whom are used to obtain information about a person or people. To obtain information about a person or people. For example, who is at the door? Who is at the door? Who wants an apple? Who is he waiting? Whom is he waiting? He is waiting for his father. Who wants an apple? I want an apple. Who is at the door? Tom is at the door. Very good. Now, what? How do we use what? What is used to request information about somebody or something. For example, what is this? This is a bird. What did she say? She said to be quiet. What have you done? They have broken. What have they done? They have broken the window. When? When is used to obtain information about time period in which an action occurs. To obtain the time period in which an action occurred. For example, there's a question and the response. When does Anna arrive? She arrives at 10:30. When can I see you again? I don't know. When was the race? The race was yesterday. Good. Where? Where is used to obtain information about location of a person or thing. Location could mean place. It could mean place. Obtaining information about a place of where the person is or that thing is. For example, where does Natasha live? She lives in Miami. Where were the keys? The keys were in the car. Where have you been? We have been at the bank. Good. Next one is why. Why is used to obtain information about the reason something happens or the reason somebody does something. So if you want to obtain information, why to obtain why somebody did something, the reason why somebody did something, you use the why question. Example, why is the street closed? They are repairing it. Why did Alex leave? He had a meeting. Why haven't you called? I lost my cell phone. Now, in informal American English, how come is sometimes used in the place of why. For example, why is she late? How come she's late? Why did she stay? How come she stayed? Why can't you go? How come you can't go? So in informal, please note, in informal, not formal American English, how come is sometimes used in the place of why. Don't forget that. It is a special case. Now, the which question is used to obtain information in order to make a comparison between two or more simple or more similar things or people. For example, which of these pens is the best? The black one. Which author do you enjoy? I enjoy reading Badges. Which river is longer, the Nile or Amazon? The Nile. Which street leads to downtown? The street on the left. Good. Whose. Whose is used to obtain information about who something belongs. Who something belongs. So it shows possession or who something belongs to. Possession. This is called possession. Possession. Whose something belongs to. Sorry. Let's repeat that. Whose. Yes, very good. Whose is used to show, I was going to write something here, possession. Possession. Whose something belongs to. For example, whose book is on the table? That's Tom's book. Whose idea was that? It was her idea. Whose child is this that has a cough? He is my child. Warning, do not confuse whose with the contraction whose. Whose is. This one is short form of who is. In spoken English, these two words sound exactly the same, so they are homophones, but in writing, they are very different. So that is simple. That is the WH questions, and please make sure that you do the assignment. It will be attached, and please after doing the assignment, don't forget to submit. So thank you so much for having me today, and I'm very glad that we had this lesson today, and let's meet next week. Thank you so much.